It'll be a battle of the heavyweights in the American League East this season. So, of course, we bring in our sports betting expert, Sammy P, to help you break the book and pad your pockets. Sammy down in Florida soaking up the sun. Sammy, we miss you out here.
I miss you too. No pressure. I'm going to pad the pocket and break the book. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, on paper, the AL East looks like the best division in baseball. Sammy, who has the best odds to win the division?
So despite the signing of Trevor Story, which was big, the Red Sox still have the fourth best odds to win the division. And I spoke to a couple odds makers in Las Vegas. They feel like all other teams, aside from the Orioles, of course, made better moves and bigger moves. But it's a really tight race. Blue Jays are on the 2 line. The Rays are on the 3 line. Of course, the Yankees are favored because the Yankees are always favored. And the Red Sox odds went from about plus 550 down to as low as plus 450. So that 100 that made you 550 on them to win the division now makes you 450. It's not the biggest change in the world. I still think the Yankees are a little overrated. I think the Rays are overrated. My bet would be on Toronto, but I also think Boston's getting a little disrespected. I mean, Chelsea plus 450, that's a nice price on an offense that's going to thump the baseball.
Absolutely. It's especially funny, especially that the Sox defeated the Yankees in the wild card last season and sent the Rays home in the DS. Okay, Sammy, the Red Sox acquired Trevor Story, just like you said, in a huge deal, an elite infielder with strength and speed, a guy who can definitely bolster the lineup. How will his impact give the Sox some juice in the divisional race?
Well, I think you look at the way the Red Sox are going to score runs this year. And, the rotation, I believe, is better on paper. The bullpen is still to be determined on whether they're better than last season. But I think the Red Sox are still a team that you could play right now at plus 450. And if they have a great April, those odds will go down to plus 250 or plus 275. And if they are hitting the baseball, say they come out in April and Devers has 7 home runs and Story has 5 and JD's got 6, and they are putting runs on the board, that 450 all of a sudden becomes a great bet, assuming they start the season like, something like 20-8 or 20-10. Those odds are long gone. On the other side of that coin, though, if they start slow and those Latin American ball players have to play in a frigid Boston climate and they start under 500, those odds go to 9-1. So it's not like one player is going to swing the market, especially a hitter. Now, if they got the best pitcher in baseball, that would do a lot more than having a guy who's going to bat 3-4 times a game. But I still think they're a good bet at plus 450, and you might want to get it before they get hot, because if they play well in April, that number's only going to go down.
Okay, Trevor Story, the Sox biggest free agent signing if you consider dollars and years since David Price in 2015. All right, Sammy, let's talk prop bets. The Red Sox home run props. Rafael Devers, who led the Sox in homers last season, what does his prop look like for 2022? And also, have you seen anything on Trevor Story in this prop?
So Devers, who thumped 38 long balls last year and played almost 160 games, mind you, that's very important to pay attention to. DraftKings has his prop over under 37.5 home runs. If he stays healthy, he's going over, right? If he plays 150 plus, I would think he goes over. I think he did a great job of adjusting to the adjustments late in games last year. He was really good 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning at the plate. So I lean to the over there. Devers is 50-1 to lead the league in homers at the Westgate in Las Vegas. And Trevor Story is 100-1. Now, look, I've made worse bets in my life. I promise you. I have made much worse wagers. If he leads the league in homers, flinging balls over the monster in left field, that $100 times 100, you do the math, that's $10,000. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you need a new pair of shoes or lots of shoes, hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Listen, I always need a new pair of shoes, Sammy, so I might have to get in on that one. Thank you so much for your insight. If you do want to get in on the value play, get in now, just like Sammy said, with opening day, just 2 weeks away. All right, Sammy, enjoy the weather.
Thanks.